Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic Sunday. For those of y'all who already wrapped up your Sunday, hopefully it's been a wonderful one for you guys. Hopefully it's been a dope one. You know what I mean? Hopefully it was filled with rest and recuperation, because I know a lot of us all need that, especially coming up as we start getting closer and closer to the holiday times. You know, we're all running around here getting our stuff, getting everything we can, all the last minute gifts, etc. popping off right now. So hopefully you guys are getting some much needed rest. You know, I know for a fact your dogs are barking. So be sure to kick those feet up and enjoy some time off. Sometimes you just need to shut things off just for a second. Seriously, okay? But anyway, we got a quick one. I got a quick show for you guys today because honestly, I wasn't planning on being on at all. But I didn't expect them to come out with a full video or the full version of this video that we looked at or we listened to yesterday. Now there's video to the actual audio of the surveillance camera footage that was released yesterday. So we're going to be taking a look at that. We also have an interview of Kaylee's father. Again, he was on Fox News recently, chopping it up with everybody and talking about this particular information and all the new developments and stuff. And it seems like he's turned over a new leaf, in my personal opinion, when it comes to his cooperation and his feelings towards law enforcement as of late. Maybe he's calmed down a little bit, which is a good thing, I think. But we got those two things and much more to talk about. So please come on in, enjoy the day. We got a lot to talk about, or we don't have a lot to talk about, but we have these two videos that we definitely need to take a look at, which we are going to be looking at together. And then I'm going to send you on your merry little way. See what I did there? Because it's almost, Christmas time and all that. Anyway, I digress. Real quick before we get everything moving, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes as you guys start to file in. I appreciate it. I would really, really, really appreciate it, okay? So hit that like button down below. It just helps with the show, keeps the show growing, keeping it good and strong. I think it's like the veggies. You know what I'm saying? It keeps it strong, all right? The muscles and the bones and the stuffs, the veins and the stuff that make this show what it is. So please hit that like button down below. And please do not forget to crush that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet, baby. All right? Be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, we got to get into some things. So let's get into it, shall we? Now, here's the thing, guys. This is something that's very interesting. Yesterday, which was weird, I will say that. I found it very weird, okay, that we had somebody out here that 5-0 or whoever leaked out this video. But the funny thing is the surveillance video showing Kaylee and Maddie and the white hoodie guy, Jackass, supposedly is a jackass, but it's Jackass, okay, walking down the street, okay? And out of nowhere, they have this dialogue. Now, yesterday, they only came out with the footage. They only came out with the audio with a still on top of it. I still don't know why they did that. I'm still scratching my head trying to figure out why didn't they just show this video, which we're going to be seeing here in just a minute. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. To me, this video could mean everything or could mean nothing, okay? But why only put out the audio with a still? Like what was that? What was the purpose behind that? We're going to get into that here in just a minute. But now we have the video, of course, which we're going to be looking at. And I'll let you guys see it for yourself here in just a minute. And I'll let you guys make the decision. Is this helpful? the seeing them walking down the street, does it help? Man, I'll just leave that up to you guys. So real quick before we get into this, okay? I wanted to say, Joey, Lily, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Thank you so very much. And just like Joey Lily, you could do the same by hitting that join button down below and supporting this channel. We do a lot of conversations on this channel, everything from pop culture to true crime to political to controversy. You name it, we talk about it right here. Okay. So, yes, please be sure to hit that join button and become a member. Consider it. Consider yourself. You know what I mean? What musical is that? I don't know. Moving on. We got to take a look at this video. Okay. Because, like I said, I would show it to you guys. And this is the full video in itself with audio and video smacked together. So let's take a look at this video, shall we?
What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything. What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything.
Now I'm gonna play the video a couple times so you guys can see the video. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep playing it and repeat in the like off to the side with me, so that you guys can see with your own two peepers. But I'm gonna be real. After looking at this video 15,000 times over, and I know everyone's going, "Ooh!" I know some people were thinking, "Ooh, could that be the white car?" Nah, it's just a white truck. Okay. It doesn't match the description of what they were looking for at all in the background. I know some people were hearing different things. Y'all, man, I saw somebody, man, let me just say something. Okay. I saw somebody in the comments section say something about Madison saying something about telling him or telling Zach, or sorry, it's telling Adam. Sorry, why do I have Zach in my head? Telling Adam that she's pregnant. I heard that. I've heard that. Some people are like, I can't get it out of my head. I can't unhear it. To me, it doesn't sound like she's saying that at all. And I feel like that would be a huge piece of information if they just came out with that information. Okay. If that information was true, that would have been plastered all over the news. They would have been like, oh, and she's with child. You know what I'm saying? They would have said, oh, Maddie. This would have been a 5-person unaliving, not just 4. But they literally had. Now, I'm going to play. Actually, I said I was going to play this in repeat, just the video, which I straight up lied. Okay, because I'm going to play the audio for you guys one more again, because I swear to God, somebody said in the comments section that they thought that Madison said, I told Adam I was pregnant. Now, I'm just pulling it up because I want you guys to hear it, because that's not at all what I hear. And I want to make sure that everybody else, because I know that's something that was circulating in the internet streets, okay? That's not at all what she's saying. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that. So let me play that one more again, the audio, and I will be playing it again. So for those of y'all who are just getting in, kind of showing up late to the party, trust me, I will be playing this video a couple times over throughout this entire show. But I want you guys to hear the audio. I wanted you guys to hear this so that just one more time so that we can move on. Hold on.
What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything.
Okay. So real quick, when you hear that, what do you hear? This is not a Yancey Laurel situation, right? This is not a, is the dress blue or gold, right? You know those viral videos that you hear it and you hear one thing, so on and so forth, right? Okay. I don't hear anything of the sort. Okay. I don't hear anything of the sort. I'm just going to be completely real. I told Adam everything. Now, somebody thought that they heard I told Adam I'm pregnant. It doesn't even fit in even in the cadence of what she's saying there. It doesn't even fit there. Okay. Just to me. Okay. And I see a bunch of people saying, okay, Mandy Hunt Beach said, I told Adam everything. Yeah. Courtney Kitten said, it sounded like she might have been aggravated that she told Adam. Yeah. To me, it comes off like she said something to Adam that maybe her ex-boyfriend, Jack, maybe she didn't want him to know some certain information that maybe Maddie ended up telling Adam. Because from my understanding, allegedly the Adam that everyone's smashing and trying to connect to, they're trying to look at this Adam and say, oh, it must be this guy because he rocks with these people. Let me just say this. There's a lot of Adams in the world, okay? There's a lot of Adams. We just talked about that to nauseum, all right, on yesterday's show real quick, okay? There's a lot of Adams in the world. So this Adam could be anybody. But they were quick to say, oh, the Adam is such and such, and he's friends or he's roommates with and in the inner circle of these people, and he's roommates with that that he's just close friends with Jack. And maybe there's some information that Madison gave to Jack or gave to Adam that Kaylee doesn't want Jack to know. That's from just hearing the video, hearing the what it seems like almost accusatory with what Kaylee says. It's like, what did you say to Adam? You know what I mean? It does sound like, oh, snap. Did Madison just say, F it, I can't wait any longer? Like, I can't deal with this BS. And the cat's out the bag, man. I'm sorry. Here it is. I don't care what you think. I'm telling Adam the truth because I can't do this anymore. I don't know. Karen, hopefully. Broderick, thank you so much for the £2. It's Jack, not Maddie. She says Jack. Huh. I'm confused by what you just said there. If you can explain that a little bit, if you don't mind elaborating a little bit more, that would be great. But to see, okay, and so Corinne 007 said, then after that, they tried to call Jack. See, that's why I think that there was this desperation of constantly calling Jack that particular night because maybe there was information that Maddie may have exposed to Adam. Adam may have texted or called Jack, or maybe Kaylee was worried and scared, like she was trying to maybe get in front of the situation as quickly as possible. I don't know. There could have been so much more truth. There's so much you can break down in this thing. It could be anything. Shoot, like Madison could have given the secret recipe to some brownies. I don't know. Like, it could be anything. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. She says, Jack, what did you say to Adam? He says, I told Adam okay. That's interesting. I didn't catch that. I'm not catching that. But let's play it again. I mean, the only way we can do it is we play it again. You know what I'm saying? We do it till we're satisfied, right? So let's take a listen. I don't know. Like, but you know what I'm saying? If it's Madison, if it's Jack, the one that's there, the Jack that's walking with him, that told Adam everything. Like I said, it could be anything. Could have been anything. Okay? Exactly. It could be anything. All right. But let me play this one more time. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Let's listen to it one more time.
What did you say to Adam? I told him everything. What did you say to Adam? I told him everything.
Karen, I don't entirely agree with you. The only reason why I say that is because it sounds to me like it's two females talking. It's two women talking. To me, it sounds like she's having a conversation with Kaylee and Madison are having a conversation with each other. That's how I'm taking it. That's what I'm picking up and putting down. I don't see Jack saying Jack S. That's the white hoodie dude. All right. I don't see him really saying much. I don't hear him saying much. It sounds like he's just kind of maybe chuckling or doing something. But other than that, I don't think he has anything to say. I don't think he says anything here. But yeah, it does seem like he says something in the very beginning, but then he doesn't finish his sentence because Kaylee is like, asking Madison, like, what did you tell him? What did you tell Adam? What did you say to Adam? But I don't think, we can agree to disagree on this. I hear her asking Madison specifically, what did you say to Adam? And her responding, because that response sounds very much like a female voice, unless Jack S has a high pitched voice, which is very possible, but I don't think so. Right? So that's just what I'll say on that. Okay. Um, And then okay. But yeah, so that's to me, that's what I hear. I hear two girls having a conversation. Sounds like Jack is like trying to have a conversation with them, but it seems like it seems like Kaylee is very, very focused on getting the information from Madison, getting the info, getting the tea, getting whatever she needs from Madison. And then of course she's going, "What the hell happened? What did you say? What did you say to Adam?" Hence the reason why, like I've said, like we've all said now, we kind of agree on that part is there's a reason why, okay? There's a reason why uh people are not there's a reason why I lost my train of thought. I am so sorry, guys. It'll come back to me. But so there's a reason why the people are speculating this is the reason why Kaylee and Madison were making these phone calls to Jack. I think Kaylee was really worried, maybe, about something. Madison said something to Adam. Adam told Jack. Jack may be upset. I don't know. Okay? Maybe. I really, really don't know. All I know is what we've seen or heard on this video. And again, it could mean 15 million different things. It really could mean a slew of different things here. Okay? But I need to fix something. So, but I'll let you guys like make that decision on what you think as far as that goes. Where you stand on that, if you think different on this whole thing. But me personally, I think that this is something that is I just think this is something that could be anything. Okay. It's something that could be anything. Sorry, guys. I had to fix something. But as I was saying, let me get this members chat real quick, because we do have another video that we need to take a look at as well. But again, now that we have the video with the audio, what do you guys think? I mean, to me, this could mean nothing. There could have just been some BS lovers quarrel drama that happened before all this went down. That could mean nothing. Or it could mean everything at the same time. Like I said, it could be a nothing burger, or it could be something huge. Pink Society, thank you so much for being a member for the past 3 months. I really do appreciate it. I think law enforcement is onto something, because they traveled 24 miles outside of Moscow to get evidence. They're hot on someone's trail. I have heard that too. And the thing is I don't know. As much as we sit here and we go, oh, they're hot on their trail, next thing you know, they go back and they change. They do something completely different. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I'm still on the fence about. I'm still on the fence on if they're hot on somebody's trail. But then again, they have been playing a lot of things very, very close to the chest. They have been very tight-lipped about everything. They might be on some stuff for real. They might be on something big, but I'm still waiting to see that. Personally, I am still waiting to see that happen. No disrespect to law enforcement, but
and joining me now is
no disrespect to law enforcement, but I just kind of want to see a little bit more. Some more proof of something, right? That's just me, Now we got another video, another interview again. All right. We you know what we got another thing here, another interview with Kaylee's dad. Okay, brand new one, or for those of y'all who haven't seen it, this is more of a brand new one. So this is very interesting. So I wanted to share this with you guys as well, so we can take a look at it. We're going to go piece by piece on this, because unfortunately, I can't show the whole video in one sitting. I got to jump in and put in my 2 cents, because that's just how it goes. All right. So before we jump into all that, please do not forget to hit that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. All right. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. On this lazy Sunday. All right. It'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, let us get into some things.
And joining me now is the father of Kaylee GonCalves, Steve GonCalves, as well as their family's attorney, Shannon Gray. Steve, thanks so much for joining the program again. I made a promise to you that our audience would stay on this case and not let this case die. We had a cooling off period last week out of respect for law enforcement to bring the temperature down a little bit. What new can you tell us, Steve? I know we got this new surveillance video that was released by our digital team today. What can you tell us?
That film, to the family, we've had that film for a while. I believe the business reached out to us directly, and after they had given it to the police. So it was kind of comforting to us, because it's just two girls having a good time talking about, asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the grub truck.
Yeah, so you don't suspect that this guy, Adam, that's stated in the video is somehow a suspect or anything like that. You guys have known about this video for a while.
We have, and we asked, and we did the obvious due diligence when we looked into that, and we were pretty was pretty clear that this individual was not a part of the investigation as far as a suspect.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Again, this now we're getting some more information. I'm going to roll that back a little bit so you guys in the nosebleed seats hear that. All right.
To the police. So it was kind of comforting to us because it's just two girls having a good time talking about asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the grub truck.
Yeah, so you don't suspect that this guy, Adam, that's stated in the video is somehow a suspect or anything like that. You guys have known about this video for a while.
We have, and we asked, and we did the obvious due diligence when we looked into that, and it was pretty clear that this individual was not a part of the investigation as far as a suspect.
Good copy. So, Steve, what can you tell us about the investigation thus far? We've heard about the car details being released as well. Is there anything that we can do to get some answers for you guys so we can get this suspect, whoever it is, in custody?
They've kind of informed us through communications that they've checked all the easiest paths. So like if this individual had this car registered to his name and it was just something very quick that they could just look up in the area and go right to his house, they've done all the due diligence there. They've done all that. So now they're reaching out and they're going to look to the community, see if this individual borrowed this car. It doesn't appear that it's something that they have real easy access to. So he may have ran, and they really pushed the narrative saying, hey, if we can get these guys to focus on something that's really helpful, which is this car, and find out if somebody says, hey, that car, that looks a lot like mine, I'm going to come forward and just volunteer my information. And then, they can figure out if somebody else had borrowed it or heck, who knows?
All right. You guys already know my theory. Okay? You guys already know my theory. And let me just say this. I need to turn this Discord off. All right. Let me just say this. You already know what my theory is. I've been saying this over and over and over again. There ain't no way unless whoever has a white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra that was in the Moscow area, if they're not stepping forward and saying nothing, I don't know what else to say on that part. But my theory is, because it's so weird to me that people wouldn't step forward and go, okay, I have that car, just so you know, we weren't anywhere near the area, but we want to contribute and be a part of this. All right, be a part of giving you guys the information so you guys don't come breathing down our necks or knocking on our doors because we have nothing to do with this crime. Here's the information. If you need to check out my car, so on and so forth. I feel like the people who own these cars should be stepping forward and doing everything they can to be proactive, right? Because it just gets us closer to finding out what the hell happened here. But outside of any of that, because like it's saying right here, police are sorting through 22,000 Hyundai Elantras. That's a lot of cars. That's all I'm going to say. But here's my theory. Car was stolen, baby. The car was stolen. Let's keep it real. He just said it could have been, rented, could have been borrowed, whatever. Come on, y'all. My theory is the car was stolen. The car was taken and used. If this was the getaway car, if this was the car that let them skedaddle or show up and get there and all that, this happened and this car was there because the car was stolen. And I've said it before and I'll still say it till I'm blue in the face. All right. But this car, I'm sure, was discarded. It's probably in the bottom of a lake, a pond, a creek, burnt somewhere in a dollar store parking lot. I'm not joking. That's not a joke. That's real talk. You think, like, let's be real. You think that anyone that was involved would take their own ride and pull up to the crime scene, to the place where they're going to commit this horrific act? Pull up in their Cutlass Supreme? You really think they're going to pull up in their own ride? Hell no. They're going to steal this car and then do said thing. If, and only if, these monsters or this monster used a car to get to and from the location. If it's just some people, like I've said before, hot boxing in a car, you know what I'm saying? That night that those things happened, then that's another thing. That's why I say every person in Moscow that has a white 2011 to 2013, all right, white Hyundai Elantra should be stepping forward and saying, hey, here, I have this is my car. Here you go. Take a look at it all you want. Being proactive, being helpful in this case so that their car can get the pass. That would be a lot more helpful than these cops having to go and knock down on everybody's door that owns a white Hyundai Elantra between 2011 to 2013. Let's keep it real. That's a lot, yo. That's a lot. But that's why I'm saying this now. If you have the car, if you have that car and you are in the Moscow area, show up, give them a call. Hey, I have that car, but my car was nowhere near the crime scene at such and such time. So because it helps them cut down the BS. It helps them get through the 22,000 Elantras that they're looking at right now. 22,000. Okay? And again, my theory, is that this car was 110% stolen. So sure, if they do find the car, if they're lucky enough to find the car that this monster took for this, like I said, it's gonna be wiped clean, or it's gonna be burnt, or it's gonna be discarded somewhere random. It's not gonna be just parking in somebody's garage. I mean, you know, there have been wilder stories like that, but you know what I'm saying. If this was stolen, this is gonna be gone. This car's gone. And just like the Unaliver too, just like this monster, I think this monster's gone. That's what I think too. But let's continue on here. And to me, it sounds like also, don't you think it sounds like Steve has calmed down a little bit and now he's starting to be a little bit more cooperative with law enforcement and all that? I just think it's very interesting because he says some more stuff here. We're going to take a listen. Check it out.
You know, Steve, we talked about this off air. But one of the reasons why I want to bring this up is because I think it's critical to this investigation. A lot of these young people were teenagers, and there may have been some illicit activity that was minor that they would have gotten in trouble for, and it may be preventing them from coming forward. What can you tell these young people to kind of motivate them to give up some answers? Don't worry about all the petty stuff. 4 innocent lives were lost here.
Yeah, I want kids to understand that this is such a big case that these guys have their hands full. I wanted to go out there and tell everyone that we support the Gonzalez family, support the local police officers, so much so that we want them to be able to work on this case. I know that this is way over the normal workload that they normally have. Plus, they have patrols. They have to patrol now. This guy's not caught. So there was some rumors that I had called these officers a coward. That was not for these officers. That was for a lawyer that was standing in between what the officers would like to release and what is actually being released. And I called that individual. And this was just about coming forward and saying that the profile is a male. I feel like at a month we can rule that that's not going to hurt the case. It's pretty clear. Even the coroner said this was a very strong individual. 2 people had defensive wounds, overpowered those people. So I'm just trying to steer the conversation into a way. So I have another person who's going to school there, and I don't want him walking around those streets if it's not safe. So, we know as a family what we're looking for. And, if they see an individual looking a certain way, I'm telling my kids, steer clear of that.
Steve,
but
this
I
is
want other families to know.
And what's interesting is this reporter here really angers me because he cuts Steve off when I feel like there should be more information here. Like he was giving out more information, given the fact that he was saying that this person, this monster, is male. He said, "Okay, we can put that out now." I mean, it's a month in. I feel like it's not going to hurt the case if I say that piece of information, and that the fact is that this is a male, or at least that's what they're alluding to, what their theories are, right? And that's very interesting as well. One thing though, I want to pull up. Precy said something that was very, very true. Hold on. Where the heck is it? Where did it go? You guys are coming in with the comments, and I do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. On this lazy Sunday evening, where did it go? It said something along the lines of, if this car was stolen, wouldn't they report it? Now, if they did, maybe they already looked into that. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. It would be wild to me that somebody would say, because okay, that's my theory, right? That's my theory and my theory alone. I could be 115 million% wrong, okay? That's just my theory, right? And I feel like a lot of other people are theorizing the same thing. They have the theory of this is a stolen car. Now, if this car was actually stolen, yes, I would think that there would be some sort of report. Okay? Right? There would be some sort of. There'd be like a little bit, right? Some sort of report. So it does make me wonder if that was going on, right? But then there was somebody else who said something else here too, and I wanted to grab it. Hold on. But then I've also seen some really I've seen some stories where monsters like this have gone on sprees, driving the same ride, doing the same thing, and not doing it, not changing out their cars or anything like that at all. Nothing stolen. It was their car. They own it and all that. Like I said, I've heard crazier stories. I've heard wilder situations and scenarios as well. But it is very interesting. Let's see. Joanne Weiss said if the car was stolen, it would be reported as such. And if that car owner had cameras, then that would be extremely vital evidence if footage showed the thief. Yeah, that would be big as well. You're absolutely 110% right. And you know what? My theory could be completely wrong, right? Let's see. Pierrette said, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think they're onto anything, and that's why they don't release anything that can actually be helpful. And said just trip over those toes when they do say or release something. It is weird that the information and the pieces that we have so far, I mean, this is a small, that surveillance video of Kaylee and Maddie and Jack S. It's a small breadcrumb. It's nothing. To me, it's nothing. It means nothing. All it's doing is getting people to sit here, like he said, like Steve said here, it's just making everybody go and look into Adam, this guy named Adam, whoever this Adam is, right? Somebody said in the comment section on the group chat I showed you guys last night, another guy getting tarred and feathered. You see what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, yeah, it's like once we start hearing another name, it's like, oh, that's a new name. We don't know who Adam is. It's not a Jack. It's not one of the Jacks. Now we got an Adam. Who's this Adam guy? And then everyone goes flooding over to the Adam world, attacking and doxing a guy that probably doesn't even need to be doxed or, obsessed over, right? But then it's kind of like, is that piece of information useful? Is it necessary? Right? Is it useful? Is it necessary? Is it helping us, getting us closer to to this case? Is it helping us get closer to this case? I say no. It's just more stuff. More breadcrumbs to nothing. It seems like. Okay. Man, oh man. But let's continue on. But I'm going to roll it back just a tiny bit because I want you guys to hear this part of what Steve was saying here. But it does really anger me because he starts talking about how he's got another kid at this university that he has to worry about now. And then he starts to say more, but the reporter just talks right over him. It's like, you should have just let him say a little bit more because he could have given out some more information before you just totally switched the conversation, changed lanes in the conversation. But that's just my own personal opinion. So I'm going to roll this back a tiny bit more so we can watch that a little bit. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. All right.
Support the Gonzalez.
4 innocent lives were lost here.
Yeah, I want kids to understand that this is such a big case that these guys have their hands full. I wanted to go out there and tell everyone that we support the Gonzalez family, support the local police officers, so much so that we want them to be able to work on this case. I know that this is way over the normal workload that they normally have. Plus, they have patrols. They have to patrol now. This guy's not caught. So, there were some rumors that I had called these officers a coward. That was not for these officers. That was for a lawyer that was standing in between what the officers would like to release and what is actually being released. And I called that individual. And this was just about coming forward and saying that the profile is a male. I feel like at a month we can rule that that's not going to hurt the case. It's pretty clear. Even the coroner said this was a very strong individual. 2 people had defensive wounds, overpowered those people. So I'm just trying to steer the conversation into a way. So I have another son. I have another person who's going to school there.
One thing I will say, okay, probably a male, most likely a male, strong individual, defensive wounds on some of the victims, okay? So some people woke up to carnage. But one thing I will point out, okay, we have covered Shanquella Robinson's case on this show. I'm still waiting to hear if there's more information on that, all right? Because there's been so much BS flying like crazy, like confetti, BS about Shanquella. But one thing I do want to point out is, did you see, when we watched or talked about the video with Shanquella, we saw Dejanay tossing this girl around like a rag doll. So my question remains, my question to you is, do you really think it could have just been a strong male? Couldn't it have been a strong female too? I mean, never underestimate the power of rage and anger. And we saw firsthand. I'm just throwing a little pushback. I'm not sitting here saying that this is scripture. I'm just putting out the question. What are the chances of it being an actual woman too? Just saying. or maybe 2 individuals. Because again, it's a lot of crime. It's a lot of unthinkables in one area very quickly. And I'm just saying, there's a lot of strong people out here in this world, and it's not just men. Again, you look at Shanquella's case, you saw it. You saw the viral video. That if you were watching my show, you at least knew about it, or you at least saw the video on your Instagrams and your TikToks and your Twitters. All right. It was a viral video for a time. And I'm telling you, that was a woman. Okay. That was a woman. And I'm telling you, that woman tossed that girl around like she was a paperweight. All right. So I'm just throwing that pushback. That's all. Just saying. All right. And from what I'm seeing, these girls, Maddie and Kaylee and Xana, those are all smaller girls too. So what are the chances? Just saying that out loud, But then Sassy T just said Ethan was a big athletic guy though. But remember, never underestimate the power of surprise, the element of surprise. If you got a guy who's scantily clad, just sleeping in his skivvies, waking up to a person with a large object, sharp object in their face, they don't have any clothes on, they don't have any weapons, there's no way of protecting themselves. You know for a fact that a tall guy, athletic guy, whatever, is still going to sit there with his hands up going, okay, I'll do whatever you ask me to do. How do you protect yourself successfully from a knife, especially when you got somebody? If this was like some kid who practice jujitsu every single week, this would be a different story. Or practice Krav Maga, I can see something like that. But this is a kid coming back from kicking it with his girlfriend at a frat party, probably inebriated, waking up to God knows what, just in like PJs. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, there's a lot that one individual, doesn't matter male or female, can do. There's a lot of damage that a male or female can do with a sharp object, if you get what I'm saying. We have to put that in consideration. I know that puts us back to square one, back to us scratching our heads, but it probably is a male. It probably is. But like I said, it may not be two. They don't have anything yet. You see what I'm saying? They just say that what they know so far, it's a male. If maybe there's two, maybe there's a male and a female. God knows what, right? But hey, we don't know everything. We don't know the full scope of everything as of yet. But I'm just throwing that out. Just saying. Let's listen to a little bit more. I'm going to roll back just a tiny bit.
A lawyer that was standing in between what the officers' workload that they support. The Gonzalves family support the local police officers, so much so that we want them to be able to work on this case. I know that this is way over the normal workload that they normally have. Plus, they have patrols. They have to patrol now. This guy's not caught. So, there were some rumors that I called these officers a coward. That was not for these officers. That was for a lawyer that was standing in between what the officers would like to release and what is actually being released. And I called that individual. And this was just about coming forward and saying that the profile is a male. I feel like at a month we can rule that that's not going to hurt the case. It's pretty clear. Even the coroner said this was a very strong individual. 2 people had defensive wounds, overpowered those people. So I'm just trying to steer the conversation into a way. So I have another person who's going to school there, and I don't want him walking around those streets if it's not safe. So we know as a family what we're looking for. And, if they see an individual looking a certain way, I'm telling my kids, steer clear of that.
Steve,
but I want other families to know.
Steve, this is your
Right.
first, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother, but this is your first Christmas without Kaylee. How you doing? How's your family doing?
To be honest, we're not even really going to have a Christmas because you just can't get yourself there to where it would make sense. One of my children, the youngest one, is going to go stay with some families because they're going to have the normal type Christmas, and she deserves that. But for us, we can't do that. It's too close to our heart. And how do you have a celebration like this when you've lost two of your favorite people in the world?
Yeah. Brother, we continue to pray for you, our audience as well. Thank you so much for joining the program.
Yeah, this is of course heartbreaking for any father, for any family to be losing a person that they love so much, especially not only just their own daughter, but their daughter's childhood best friend. That's heavy. It's a double whammy, especially all four of them. Period. Just all four of them just losing their lives in such a fashion is still absolutely mind blowing. Precy, you said I sent you a PM on Instagram. I haven't received anything. So you may have sent it to the wrong place, or you can always email it to me as well. All right. Because I have not seen it at all. I've been going back and looking like crazy, and I haven't seen anything at all. Okay. But again, you can even hear in his voice, he's a lot more calm. He also is sitting here saying, we have got to let the law enforcement do what they need to do. Maybe there's more information that he received from his lawyer because, he lawyered up and he stepped forward, and now he's in these interviews and he's saying, oh, I'm on these now cheering on law enforcement, trying to get them to step forward and, of course, crack the case and find out what the hell is actually going on with this situation. My prayers go out to the family. My prayers go out to law enforcement as well, because my Lord, they need to get it figured out. You know what I'm saying? They need to get it figured out with the quickness. Hold on, let's see. Clumsy, can you read the last super chat I sent you, please? And thank you. What? Did I miss a super chat? I'm so sorry. Let me see. Hold on, I'm scrolling through. Here it is. Clumsy Clairvoyance, thank you so much for the $2. University has more power than anyone thinks, in my honest opinion. Now, if that's the truth, if that really is if that really is what's up, I don't know. The university, it is a college town. So without that university, that town doesn't make business. Okay, so they thrive off of the students. They thrive off of those kids that come in and out every single year, because obviously it's a college town. Now, in the very beginning, we saw something that I think was very true, like where I agree with this super chat. All right, which was in the very beginning, it seemed as if why were they downplaying this situation? This was a very unthinkable, crazy, horrendous, and terrifying piece of information or event that happened on school grounds, or at least a little bit off of school grounds. They try to downplay it like it was nothing. They try to downplay it like it was just something not to worry about, right? That's how they played it in the very beginning, because in the very beginning, you had the mayor saying, oh, it's a crime of passion. Oh, it was gruesome and absolutely just horrendous. And then went back to saying, oh, no, it wasn't a crime of passion. It wasn't anything that bad. It wasn't targeted, or it wasn't targeted, but it is, but it's not, it is, but it isn't type thing. It was going back and forth like that the entire time. They try to downplay it because, of course, if those kids aren't matriculating at the school doesn't make money. And then therefore Moscow, the city or the town of Moscow, doesn't make money either, because those kids aren't going back in there matriculating and drinking their penny pitcher, beers on Wednesday nights and all that stuff at the local bars. You see what I'm saying? The town starts to lose money. So I could see what Clumsy Clairvoyance is saying here. But as far as power, I don't know about all that, because clearly the general public and the media is out here pushing the conversation, pushing this case, wanting to know what's going on. You got News Nation. You got every single news station, actually. That kind of rhymed. But you got all of them out there, boots on the ground in Moscow right now, standing right outside the house, just waiting for any morsel, any breadcrumb of information revolving around this case. So I don't know how much power the University of Idaho has anymore, because the people have spoken. The focus from the people is very, very, very obvious. We're talking about it right now. Thousands of people are tuning into the show right now because you guys give a damn. You guys care. It's a crazy, wild case that we're all still scratching our heads and trying to figure out what the hell happened here. Right? Still, to me, I'm still trying to figure this ish out. Real talk. I would love to have a better understanding of. Oops. I would love to have a better understanding of what the hell is going on in this piece. And I feel like it's going to be something that we're all going to be trying to figure out for a very, very long time. Unless law enforcement really does have some sort of piece of information that they're not letting off. That they're letting off like, oh, we don't know anything, but they really know a whole lot. But again, we're still waiting to hear something, right? We're still kind of in the dark. All right. Cindy C said, I suspect a cover-up is possible. It could be possible. I don't know about a cover-up, but it could be possible. Again. But then it's like you have so many people watching. Again, you have the world, literally the world watching this case. Everyone's watching this case. So if they do cover this up, how are they going to do that with everybody and their mama watching this? Now, it could go dead. The case could go cold, because you know for a fact there's going to be another case or another missing person situation or another, another tragic event that will come up, and it'll avert everyone's eyes off this case to something else for sure, because that's just how the news is, and that's just how the world is, unfortunately. But everyone's still going to keep circling back on, but whatever happened to those four? If it's not figured out soon, everyone's still going to be coming back to this, like the Delphi case. I guarantee you that. They will go, oh, there was an earthquake in Haiti. Oh my gosh. Thoughts and prayers to Haiti. And then they'll still go, a month later, they'll go, but whatever happened to those four? And we'll just keep coming back to this. So as much as they can cover this up, I don't know. I don't know how successfully one could cover this up. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I think. Okay. And again, I could be 110% wrong, but I don't think that the university does have say on certain things, but they don't have a say on 4 people's lives being taken. And now you have the force of the general public breathing down the necks of law enforcement and any officials that are diving into this particular case. There's just no way that they have control anymore if that's the case. There's just no way. And still, my mind is blown with this whole situation. Absolutely blown. But I'm thinking of opening up the phone lines. And if I do, I'm thinking, so don't call. Don't call yet. Do not call this phone number. I will hang up on you with the quickness. But thinking about doing that. Yes. And I do. Well, hold on. The nurse's life. Yes. There was an arrest that was made in the Delphi case, but now there's some pushback on that too. Now there's allegedly some pushback on the arrest of that. Okay? Oh man, oh man. So, sorry, 1 second, guys. So that too, okay. So, uh, and that's the thing. Listen, Granny T just said, "I want the 911 call released." Yeah, I agree too. I want it released as well. Like, dag nabbit, I want it released because I feel like there would be a lot being said there, a lot of truth, or something could be exposed there too. Who made the phone call, so on and so forth. But they're holding all that doggone stuff for whatever reason, man. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why. And then every single person that has been a possible suspect has been cleared with flying colors in a way. So this could I mean, there's the possibilities, like we've said a million times. This is Carl Sagan again. It's Carl Sagan. It's vast. The possibilities are vast. Okay. The Chicantique. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Thank you so much for the comment. 911 can't be released because they say who the unaliver is. It was that obvious. But then why would they say, oh, we're playing things close to the chest. We don't know who it is yet, but so if it was exposing, if that 911 call exposes like, oh, he was the one with the candelabra in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? If that is the case, then why aren't they putting that ish out by now? You see what I'm saying? Because for a fact everybody and their mom will be knocking down that particular person's door and getting that ass arrested. Let's keeps it real. Okay? Yeah, Carl Sagan's a little bit old school. Yes, I know it's Neil deGrasse Tyson, but at the same time, I was doing a little bit of old school. Like a deep cut, guys. Okay? A deep cut. The original. Okay? The OG. All right? Of the cosmos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. Carl Sagan. He's the start. And then it was Neil deGrasse Tyson or whatever his name is. Okay? I keep messing his name up, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay? So, all right. Charlotte Cooper said, I believe they are covering something up. Man, if they are, I want to see it. If they are covering some ish up, I want to see it. I want to see the car fox. Show me the car fox. Okay. Roberta just said, we are star stuff that is taking its own destiny into its own hands. Carl Sagan. Yes. The cosmos. Yes. The original nerd. Okay. Let me see. I just got this email. One thing that stands out to me is Kaylee's dad on TV saying Kaylee's a conservative girl. Maybe she wasn't and had to hide it all to please dad. Maybe she's involved with ish that's not so conservative. That house was the party house. I didn't want to post it in chat in case her dad is in the chat lurking. I don't want to hurt anyone. Now the thing is that thank you so much for that. Let me just say this. Hell yeah. I mean, I grew up with Carl Sagan and then of course, Neil deGrasse Tyson took over, okay? That stuff is dope. I'm sorry. When you find out how vast and how huge the universe is and stuff, I'm sorry. It's dope as hell to me. Just saying that. Left turn, okay? We're not talking about science today. We're not talking about science, okay? We're not talking about science. But let me just say this. It was a party house. There have been stories that we've been seeing on the Reddits saying there's been some very colorful things being said about these two girls, about Madison and Kaylee, saying that they were dangerous. Okay. Now the thing is I don't know about all that part, but we do know, like what I just read a second ago, is that it was the party house. And yes, maybe she was conservative to the father's eye. Because you got to remember, this is daddy's little girl. She can do no wrong. She's a princess. She's an angel and all that. But in real life, she could have been something different. When she was out with friends and stuff, she could have been scandalous. Like the I told Adam everything situation, right? I'll say it. It could mean anything. It could mean anything. It could have been like, oh, she went off and was doing things with another, like, you know, they were broken up. We were on a break, right? Maybe she was off dating other dudes. Maybe Jack didn't know. Madison decided to get messy and tell Adam for whatever reason, because she's drunk or just tired of hiding the information and being the best friend with all the tea, and just said, F it, I'm telling the truth. Here it is. But of course, again, this is all speculation here. Okay? That could be it too. That could be it. Like maybe they were scandalous. Maybe they're a little messy. They were kids. They were college students making mistakes. It's normal if that was the case. If and only if that was the case. I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, hey, I'm going to hang out, so on. I want to do my thing. I want to do this, that, and the third. She's at a party house. She is at the notoriously known party house that has been a party house for generations, they said. For generations. So it's known that this is the party house. They didn't get that party house. They didn't get that house just so that they could read books and drink Perrier and talk about Carl Sagan. Okay? They got it so they can kick it. So, that could be it too. Just being young, being college kids, hanging out, doing their thing. And this whole thing with this Adam thing could have just been something, a messy, dramatic BS situation that has nothing to do with the unalivings whatsoever. Or it could. We just don't know. But I will say this, I don't think this Adam character has anything to do with it at all. Then on top of it, I do want to point this out too. Let me bring this back up again.
And joining me.
Let me just pull this up. Oh, come on. So this video that I just showed you guys, and don't get me wrong, I'm trying to be as respectful as I can to these girls. All I'm saying is we have all been kids before. Okay? We have all made mistakes. We've all done stupid things, so on and so forth. We've all been young and dumb. It could be that too. Or it could have been an innocent night of nothing where they just went out, did their thing, and it's a wrap. Okay? Now, let's see here, because this thing's tripping. Yeah, exactly, Nur. Exactly. We've all done some stupid-ish. We all have been kids. That's just what it is. Now, I wanted to point something out here. The father Steve GonCalves did say, hey, this guy is cleared. So he even went onto this show and said he is cleared. And if this video only came out specifically to exonerate Jack S., then hey, they probably did that. So instead of it being like some crazy thing where everybody's out here saying, oh, yeah, you know, Jack S. is the culprit. He did the bad thing. Even myself, I'm thinking this the guy, that he has something to do with this, right? Because he was being weird and creepy in the food truck video. But as we talked about it yesterday, Boom. We don't know. Like we see this information and it's telling us, this video is telling us a different part of the narrative. Okay? It's giving us something completely different. And now you even have Steve sitting here going, he had nothing to do with it. So I feel like we talked about it yesterday, I think the reason why this video came out is specifically to prove Jack S is innocent, that he had nothing to do with this. But then again, I know a lot of people are still hell-bent holding tight on Jack S. There's a lot of questions that I feel like now everybody's going, okay, we were looking at Jack S. Now we got to look at Jack D. What's up with Jack D? Maybe it is Jack D. And Jack D is Kaylee's ex-boyfriend, the one that she was calling a bunch that night, this very night, the same night where she said to Maddie, what did you say to Adam? And she said, I told Adam everything, which could mean everything and nothing at the same damn time. But like I said, I got a few minutes, guys. I'm going to put up the phone number. Okay? Give me a call, 314-766-4581. Love to hear your thoughts on this. I only got a short amount of time, so I'm just going to be hearing your opinion really quick, and I'm hanging up. Unfortunately, my time is very, very short, but I wanted to get your opinions and hear your thoughts on this situation, on this information, and all that. So do not fear. Give me a call. Please be respectful. All right? Watch your language. You start talking crazy, I'm hanging up on you. Period. All right? I love every one of y'all, but be respectful. 314-766-4581. Give me a call real quick. Love to hear your thoughts on everything that is popping off and going down. All right? And yes, where did that go? Ryan Rich, I do read the chat. Yes, I do. All right. Let's see. Photo Flies Photography, Lorray. Pascal, I think you're bringing up good points. We have to keep it real, but you are being very classy and real about the situation with no victim blaming. Great job. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know some people be like, you better not talk mess about these girls. And I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Number one, not at all. I'm just being realistic. Okay? And we've all been kids. We've all done stupid-ish before. Okay? And we still do stupid-ish to this day. Let's keep it real. Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago.
Okay, Chicago. What's your name, man?
Jason,
what's up, man? What's on your mind, man? Speak on it.
Yeah, man, I feel like, Jack was walking with them the whole day in that video, and then nighttime you see them together. He was acting really weird. So I feel like he kind of knew they were in danger or something, and he's not saying much.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's the same guy who drove to like 5 hours away that night. But if it was, he was acting really suspicious. That's all.
You know, one thing real quick before I let you go, just a tiny bit of pushback. What are the chances of him not wanting to be around the girls because they were acting drunk and acting a fool in that food truck? That's why he distanced himself from it, because he was like, I don't want to be a part of it. I just thought of that.
No, I feel like they weren't paying him no attention, so he kind of got tired of them not paying him attention and just walked off.
Word.
But you could tell he was, I got a vibe, they weren't paying him no attention.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it. He kind of just gave up and walked off. But he was with them pretty much the whole day. So and then you hear them saying, what did you tell Adam? That was like really adamant. So I feel like, I don't know what happened, but it feels like Maddie told Adam something that Kay didn't want her to tell, obviously, and I'm pretty sure Adam was pissed. So you don't know who this Adam is.
Yeah.
Who is this Adam?
Who is this Adam? Like I said, and that could be anybody, baby. That could be anybody.
But I guess everybody's been cleared. So all right.
Yeah.
Talk to you.
All right, brother. Thank you. Peace.
All right. Cool.
All right. All right. I was just about to click on another one, but it just disappeared. But again, phone lines are open. But yeah, that's an interesting thought. Very, very interesting thought. Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Tyler.
What up, Tyler? How you doing, man? How you doing, my brother? What's on your mind? Speak on
good.
it.
I literally just finished my exam.
How did you do?
I'm 92%.
Good work, Tyler. Everyone, give him a whole round of applause in the chat. All right, that's how you drive, Tyler. That's how you drive. All right.
Thank you.
So, real quick, what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
So I'm actually kind of wondering, like, is there like any big like new information? Like, I was so focused on my exam and all that I came kind of late, but what I could parse out from when I got on initially, like 20 minutes ago, was that the father was really going out and revealing further things, or something was happening, or like the father that we saw, like that we like repeatedly see as like the guy who's like angry at police for not doing anything, and the father of one of the slain students.
Yeah, I mean, recently Steve, we just watched this video, this interview. It seems like he kind of like is starting to swing back. He's starting to come back a little bit more calm, a little bit more sane, a little bit more collected. Say again?
Reeling it in?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, reeling it in a little bit. I mean, he doesn't seem very, he doesn't seem as angry. He doesn't seem as angry. He doesn't, and now he's kind of siding with police and basically saying we need to let them just do their job and all that. Either he's got some information from 5-0 that he's been waiting for, and maybe he's got that, and that's giving him some peace in his heart, or he's just realizing that by him acting up and talking out of turn, it's not helping the situation. It's not helping Kaylee and Madison, Xana and Ethan. So I think that's what's happening here.
Okay, that is big. Okay, Well, I gotta. There's a lot going on right now, but
yeah.
Excuse me. Okay. Now I'm in a quiet place. Yeah. If he's calmed down, or well, I shouldn't say calm down, that because it makes me seem like I'm policing what a grieving father is going through, and I don't want to do that. But it does seem like there is something that he still wants to say, but he's keeping it under wraps because because it's like, oh hey, like I think the police want to like reassure him, hey, like we are really doing our job here. We're really trying to like actually do some stuff here, or at least and it may take a little bit of time, or more time than one would reasonably would want for something like this, because I know like my parents, they'd be livid. Like any good parent would be.
Right. Well, I think when it comes to this, and I'm going to have to let you go after this comment here, I think what's happening is there's more information that maybe he knows, or again, I think it's just holding him, like he's just starting to slow down because he doesn't want to mess up the investigation by saying things out here, because now there have been things that have been misquoted. He's been misquoted on in articles and stuff like that, because he's been speaking out of turn. He's been speaking out of anger. That's what I think. But Tyler, I got to let you go. I got a lot of people calling in, and I got a short amount of time, my brother. All right. Thank you so much for calling, my brother.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too, man. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name's Ashley.
Hey,
I am calling
you're calling from?
from Florida.
Okay, Ashley, thank you so much for calling in. What are your thoughts on this? Speak on it.
So I actually have multiple theories, and it's kind of interesting. I've been hearing a lot of the callers on your previous shows. I'm a new viewer, by the way, and I do very much enjoy the show.
Thank you.
And I think you do a good job.
Thank you.
But yeah, I have multiple theories. So the first theory that I have, and it kind of the second one bounces off the first one. What if, and they say they're holding information, law enforcement is holding information close to the chest. What if, in fact, this has nothing to do with Kaylee and Maddie at all? I've been thinking about this because Xana and Ethan it's been mom. Like, there's literally been, I can't find a whole lot about them except their timeline, right? When they left, when they got home. But what if this has nothing to do with Kaylee and Maddie and has everything to do with Ethan and Xana, God rest their souls. But what if it is just the fact that law enforcement is keeping it close to the chest because it's everything to do with them and nothing to do with maybe it's something to throw the killer off. We're thinking it's about Kaylee and Maddie. Everybody in the public's thinking about Kaylee and Maddie. What if it's really about Ethan and Xana? And I also believe that they definitely know who it is, and that's, again, they're acting as if they don't, to throw the person off. I hear this all the time on the multiple podcasts and shows that they just have to build up enough evidence, to get a conviction, and just like without, shadow of a doubt, this person did it. We have a conviction. That's my theory.
Ashley, let me just say this really quick. That could, that's a good theory. I'll never knock anybody's theory. That's a very good theory. But let's look at all the other times that we've seen situations of certain people being suspects or prime suspects. A lot of times they expose right off the bat, like, we have this person that they are a suspect or a person of interest within this situation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, some people kick rocks, some people try to run, but a lot of times they will turn themselves in. Not sitting here saying that this person is going to turn themselves in. This person is definitely going to run. Yeah. But I would say, why would they hold that information? That is such huge information. If they know a drawing or a piece of information saying the guy's name is Jack such and such, or Jack Adam Bing Bam Shamalam. It's just like, I feel like they would be putting that information out there because then everyone can steer clear of that particular monster. I just feel that, right? And I get the concern of people kicking rocks. I get the concern of people running, but or like that suspect running. But I feel like, wouldn't they give that information out real fast? Like, we know who the person is and we're trying to get him. Help us find this guy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's strange. It's strange that they haven't done that if they do know, but it's also equally strange, though, hear me out, that there's no reward. There's no kind of like wanted. Like, if they know who it is, yeah, you're right. They would be putting, if they didn't know, they would be putting out some sort of or what was your theory? You said if they did or didn't know who it was. Said if they did.
Yeah, if they did know who this guy was or who this person was, they would have been putting this stuff on blast. At least a sketch of the dude, something. They would be putting it out because, let's be real, then it would help. Then the public can keep their head on a swivel on this bad guy being out here. They may not know his location, they may not know where he lives, but they know if they knew what the guy's name was or what he looked like, I feel like they would be plastering the hell out of that everywhere, right? At least that's what I think.
That's true, but if they just are completely, I think you're right about that, but I don't think they're completely clueless. They may have multiple people because there's no, $50,000, $100K reward for any information. But then again, they have tips coming in, an overflow. But it's just really it's a strange situation. I feel so bad for the kids, and I've just been asking people, what do they think? And I mean, people just don't understand. Nobody knows.
No one.
It's a strange case. Like nobody has a clue why law enforcement just, I don't want to say they're overwhelmed either. I think they have more information. That's just my, my theory. But
I mean,
thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashley. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Welcome. Bye-bye.
Now, one thing I will say is that, I mean, they may know some things, but I don't think it's big chunks of information. I will say that. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, wow. I got through. Okay.
Yeah. Hi.
It's Ryle.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Ryle from Detroit.
What's your name?
Ryle from Detroit.
Ryle from Detroit. Thank you so much for calling in. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Yeah, so I think, I kind of feel like it's stalling because maybe the parents, especially Kaylee's parents, it's easier for them to see the perp as this mysterious person from outside than to deal with the pain and frustration that would ensue if it comes to light that it was somebody extremely close to her. The question that I have, I've heard that the Adam, the bartender, is Kaylee's ex-boyfriend's roommate. Do we know if that's true?
Okay, so
that is true.
Okay, so from what we understand, that the bartender, I mean, that has been confirmed on like Reddit and on Facebook things, but it hasn't been confirmed out by anybody, by law enforcement or by media. So I will say that as far as from what I've seen so far, and that's the problem. There's a lot of Adams in the world, so it's really crappy to automatically assume that this Adam is the Adam that everyone that they're referring to. But from the rumors, yes, Adam is Adam is the bartender. He is roommates and good friends with Jack D, which is Kaylee's ex. Yeah.
And it's a small town, and see I'm like, okay, so if that's true, then now the phone calls would make sense if what we're hearing about the question of what did you tell Adam? I told Adam everything. If Adam is Jack D's roommate, when you get these calls coming in a cluster, once they get home, maybe it's related to whatever Adam was told.
Right.
I feel like the arrows are always pointing back to Kaylee's ex, and I think the family is working really hard to avoid possibly just seeing that for what it is. That's my theory, is that if it wasn't her ex directly, he had something to do with it. I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that until otherwise. It's sad, but
until we actually hear some other truths of what's going on. That's what sucks, because we'll get one piece of information and it kind of runs rampant, right? It kind of goes. We get this little breadcrumb that we got yesterday and today, because the full video dropped today. And we our minds are going crazy because we're trying to satiate this hunger of finding out what actually happened with this mystery, right? And so
right. And
it's just wild.
And
the speculations are running crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, and that when you're talking about a killer being a killer possibly being on the loose, then it has everyone's attention, rightfully so, right? Because who's safe? So and the last thing I'm going to say about Kaylee's ex, I also didn't like how, and initially all of the pictures of him, they made him look kind of like, you know, this scrawny little guy, you know, like, oh, there's no way possible. Look at him. And then when I saw him at the memorial, I'm like, oh no, he's a tall, fully grown man.
Jackass?
Like, I don't know Jack D.
Oh, Jack D. Yeah, he's
Kaylee's ex.
From what I see, he's a big guy. Tall guy,
right.
I mean.
But he's a tall guy. He's full size man. But the initial pictures that were released made him out to, you know, their older pictures, making him look small and kind of like, you know, fragile or whatnot, for lack of a better word. But I'm like, well, I don't like feeling like I'm being manipulated. Like, whose decision was it to release those pictures? Because that's not a true representation of what this guy looks like. It just, I feel like once the truth comes out, we're all just going to be gobsmacked.
I mean, we are going to be, as you said, gobsmacked. Absolutely. I mean, I think we're all going to be floored. It doesn't matter. It could be like, oh my Lord, it's the butler. Like, I feel like no matter what, we are all going to be flabbergasted with whatever it is, whether it is somebody that was living in that house or if it was a random person that just walked out, randomly picked a house and did the unthinkable. You never know. Like I said, the theories are still just going wild. And I wish 5-0 would just step forward and just give us a little bit more so that it could just cool the flames on some of these wild theories that are out here. Or confirm some of these wild theories that are out here too. But I do appreciate you calling in. Seriously. Thank you so much for calling in, and I'll see you in the chat. All right.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having me. Take care.
Anytime. Talk to you. Bye. Whoa. That was loud. Okay. I'm going to do one last call. Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Debbie. I'm calling from Kansas.
Hey, Debbie from Kansas. Unfortunately, we're going to have to make this one pretty quick, but what's on your mind? Speak on it.
I just want to say, to me, this reeks jealousy.
Say that again. I'm sorry. One more time.
Because I had an ex that was in my bedroom closet and waited till I got into a stage of undress and vulnerable, and then jumped out of the closet with butcher knives in each hand. So I think, I don't know who the jealousy against, I can just assume, but I think he was already in the house, prepared and ready, and just had to take out the other ones.
Wow.
Because they were there.
Because what did you say in the very beginning? You said something about jealousy. You were breaking up. What did you say about jealousy?
My ex, he was a jealous man.
Ah.
And he was hiding in my bedroom closet when I got home. And when I got vulnerable in a stage of undress, he jumped out with butcher knives in each hand.
How did you get out of that? That sounds terrible. How did you get away?
Company, and they threw something at him. He dodged, he missed. I ran out. He ended up getting stabbed 9 times. So
whoa.
I just think it was total jealous rage.
Holy crap. Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. So you're saying that the company that you had was attacked?
I'm sorry?
Was the company that you had was attacked? He was stabbed? Or
he was somebody had started dating.
Right. What I'm trying to understand is, you said the company that you had in that room threw something at the ex, right? Who had a butcher knives in his hands.
He didn't know I was going to have company that night.
No, of course not.
His intention.
What I'm trying to understand is,
his intention was to get me.
Who's the one who actually got stabbed? That's what I'm asking at the end of it.
We both did. I got stabbed once.
Wow.
And he got stabbed 9 times.
And where's this?
But they had so much rage in them.
I'm so sorry.
And he wasn't a strong man, but the rage made him strong.
Wow. Right. Never underestimate the power of rage, the power of anger. And
the power of jealousy.
And the power of jealousy. I will say this though. I'm thank you for calling in and sharing this with us, and I appreciate you surviving this. How are you now?
That happened 22 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, obviously,
It took a while to get through, but I can see one man in that kind of rage taking on 4 people just because I've experienced it. And I mean, they're strong.
right.
They're strong.
Where's the ex now?
He's in prison now.
So he's still in prison for what he had done, correct?
2 counts of attempted first-degree murder.
Wow. Well, I hope that they locked him up and they threw away that damn key. I'm so sorry that happened to
Yeah, he
you.
still has several years.
And I mean, the theory.
But I'm just saying, I've always thought just the rage that they go through in their mind,
right.
that makes them strong and invincible.
Right.
And they're going to overpower.
That's
So,
the theory.
That's just my theory on it.
The theory of him being, or the guy, the monster, whoever, being like hiding in the place is a good possibility as well. I mean, anything is, the possibilities and the theories are vast, obviously. But I want to say this before I let you go. I really do appreciate you being so strong, and I appreciate you calling in and sharing this, because that does show a level of strength within you too. And I hope you're still finding ways to heal for yourself, and you're around people that are loving.
Definitely. I just wanted to give my theory. It's one I'm going to stick with until the end.
Yes.
I'm not going to say no names.
Gotcha.
I read all the theories.
Right.
But I think jealousy and rage has taken over.
I gotcha. I appreciate you calling in. You have a safe one, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Blessings.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. That is the call-in portion of the show. Okay, I appreciate everybody for coming in and calling in and putting in your 2 cents and all that. And the last caller's theory could very well be 110% what it is. It could just be, it could be a combination of different things, right? The theory of this person hiding in the home is a good possibility. It could also be jealous rage. That jealous rage could be a million different things, right? It could be, someone who was just trying to have a romantic relationship with one of the girls and got rejected. It could also mean somebody who was in a romantic relationship with one of the girls and it didn't work out as well. The possibilities are endless with this situation. But I do have to say, I mean, be careful out here, guys. I mean, never underestimate the power of jealousy and what we just heard from the last caller, the power of rage. There's a lot of people out here that are very, very angry or just don't know how to control their rage, control their anger. And seriously, when somebody gets extremely focused on one thing, on one goal, and you add rage or anger on top of that, man, nothing will stop them, right? So, man, it's scary, okay? Yes. Karen 007 just said, yep, like Pascal says, keep your head on a swivel. Abso-freaking-lutely. Be careful, be safe out here, because there are some really, really dangerous people out here in these streets that are just hiding in plain sight. But that is the show, guys. I really do appreciate all y'all for being here. But seriously, it's been a great conversation. I really do appreciate every single last one of y'all being here, blessing me with your time and energy, because that's the thing that we need right now. The more we talk about this, the more we bring up conversations about this, the closer we can get to finding the truth of what is going on with what happened to these 4. Still, everybody, we don't know what's going on, y'all. We still don't know. And it's frustrating. And I get the frustration. But maybe as they start to put out, hopefully they bring out some more breadcrumbs. That's what I'm hoping for too. I need to see more breadcrumbs. Real talk. Okay? Give me some more breadcrumbs. Okay? Fill me up with breadcrumbs. Eventually I'll be satiated. Okay? But right now, I'm still hungry for more. And I think a lot of y'all are too. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Do not forget to hit that like button down below. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. All right? Great conversations, great phone calls. I really appreciate it. I'll be doing the call-in thing more often. It just won't be all the time, okay? But I do appreciate everybody's energy and focus today. You guys have been a wonderful, wonderful family to sit down and talk this out with, okay? But anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.